So I finally built a game after 11 years of game development. I guess that's a bit of a lie. I mean, I did build a game technically 10 years ago, something like that. It was called Where's My Tools? And I can't show you the game on screen right now because I don't have it anymore. But what you need to know is if you've used Unity for a consistent amount of time, there used to be an asset that was like a builder, and that builder was the platform of Where's My Tools. So obviously the builder had to find his tools. Every level was a different tool. Once you got a specific amount of tools, you won the game. That was my first game. That's what I finished. It was done. There was levels, there was a menu, there was sound, everything. That was 10 years ago. But now I've finally done it. Well, I say I've done it, I mean like somewhat done a game. It's got a game loop, you can play it forever. It's technically a game. But I give myself 24 hours to do it. That was the problem. And because I only had 24 hours to do it, there was literally the most jankiest code you could ever imagine getting put into this game. As long as it worked, I wasn't bothered. I just wanted to make a game. And essentially that's what I did. So I was 1 to 4.5 hours ish. I modelled the map, so I remodeled the map. Then 5, 6, 7 did movement and shooting and stuff like that. And then 7 to 8 I did zombie movement and attacking, which took me a little bit longer than I thought because I wanted to do like hitboxes and stuff, and I ended up using raycasts and because triggers weren't working right. And then I went to bed that night happy that I'd put a shift in to start the game. It was looking good. Wasn't playing good because the code's, again, janky. But I went to bed and I woke up the next morning to this.
So it's January the 1st, 2023. Just woke up to come and do some more on game. And I've just lost. I'll just scrap it because honestly, I'm ugh. Like it wasn't a lot that got done, but what got done was quite a lot. If that makes sense, like it doesn't seem like a lot with the things that I did, but it did take me a long time. Like it took me 4 hours to do the map. And stupid me saved everything within that within the Unity folder. It's gone. It's nowhere on my computer. Like there's nowhere on my computer where it's saved in like a backup folder, or like there's a backup file that Unity can read to open it up. Everything. It's never done this before. I've never had this happen before.
So yeah, it corrupted. I never had it before. Never had it before. And apparently Unity wanted to corrupt my save. And me being me, my attention span is very short anyway. I decided to carry on, and obviously I restarted everything from the beginning. I did it a little bit different to the first time I did it. I did it in like a small closed area, and then did the mechanics around the small closed area, and then made the mechanics in the actual map after. So that was that, and I spent another 8 hours getting back to the position I was in the first place before it actually corrupted. So carrying on, as 8 and 9 was perfecting zombies. When I say perfecting zombies, I mean like getting the hitboxes and stuff working, the movement right. I added a bit of animation to the zombies and made it so that you could shoot the zombies as well. I was 9 and 11, well 9 through to 11, I did window boarding. Now this was not too difficult because I know I already had a script for window boarding in a previous project that I've been working on, like zombie game mechanics. I didn't actually do a zombie game, it was just the mechanics of zombies that I was like trying to develop, and I know that I had the window boarding already made in a previous project, so I just kind of nicked that, edited it a little bit. And the one thing I didn't actually manage to get done in the previous project, what I did in this one, is the zombies coming through the windows. So obviously playing an animation and then getting inside the windows and into the map, which proved a bit difficult because of the nav mesh, but ended up getting a way around it where I'd lerp the zombies position from outside to inside whilst the nav mesh was off, and then that somehow did it. It worked, so that's how I got around that. And then hours 11 to 12 was doing the point system and everything to do with the point system and buying obstacles and stuff like that. So like when you buy a gun off the wall, it decreases points. When you buy an obstacle like a door or like I think it's a couch that's in the way. That takes money off, and then you've got to like refine it a little bit where like you can't just buy everything. You have to strategically put things in your code to make it so that you can't just buy everything. Obviously, if you've got them points, you can buy it. If you don't have the points, then don't buy it. So that was 11 to 12. And then literally for the next 12 hours, it was just iterating on the previous things. With the movement script, I wanted to be able to have it so the hands swayed and the guns swayed, so it wasn't just a static object. It looked like you had a bit of sway in you. That took a long time. Actually, that took me about 3 hours to do that, to get it all up and working. And that is the most dodgiest thing I've ever made in my life. Like, if you was to look at the project itself and see how I did it, it honestly, it'd give you a migraine because it just took that long. So I got that working, and then we moved on to I just messed about with the map a little bit. Got some staircases working and stuff, because you've got to mess around with the nav mesh to enable 2-story nav mesh building. Obviously, if your agent is too high, it won't build on the second floor, which took me a while to figure out, but I managed to get that working. And then obviously the zombies could move around the whole map now. There's one thing I did want to put in, which I didn't actually get time to do, was waypoints and like zombies spawners activating when a door opens. I didn't actually get time to do that. I know how to do it, I just didn't get time to put it into the game, which I'm a bit bothered about, because zombies can just spawn anywhere around the map and go in through any window, and it kind of throws you off a little bit, because like you can't see a zombie. Where is he? You open a door, he's there. So like it can kind of stagnate the game a little bit if you don't have enough points. But you know, it's just one of those things where it was a 24-hour game. I was rushing. I kind of had to do what I could do. And then for the remainder of the sessions, so I think I had 2 more sessions, like 2-hour intervals. For the remaining 4 hours, I want to say I was just scrubbing up on stuff. So I made a main menu, I made heads-up display, so basically when you walk up to like objects that you're buying, it'll come on screen that you can do whatever you need to do with them. And then I made it so when a zombie hits you, you kind of have a reference to it actually hitting you, so the screen will flash red that you're getting hit. And then what else did I do? I'm trying to think of other things I've done. That I didn't manage to get the windows upstairs because there was a lot of tweaking and stuff like that, and I didn't see the point, just because all the zombies spawning downstairs. If you're upstairs, the zombies will follow you anyway, so it don't really matter about that. So the upstairs isn't finished, but you can still run around the upstairs and the zombies can follow you. And I think that's pretty much it. It took about a month. Obviously, I said 24 non-consecutive hours. It took about a month for me to make, all in all, and I was getting very bored of it. When that timer said 0, I was thoroughly happy, because one, the whole project was just so Frankenstein together, it hurts my feelings that I've actually done something so Frankensteinish. And 2, it just by the end of it, I just didn't want to make the game anymore. It was just not something I wanted to make. So that's out of my system now. Making the zombie game is out of my system. The next video is going to be good, because I'm not even going to explain it, just the next video is going to be good for me personally. But yeah, so that is my 24-hour game. It's obviously a rip-off of Nazi Zombies. It looks terrible, it plays semi-terrible, and all in all, I have learned a few things actually. I learned how to use enumerators for wait for seconds and stuff like that, so I have learned something from it, but the way it finished, I just wasn't happy with, like the way it looked and stuff. We managed to do it. So yeah guys, that's my 24-hour game, made after 10 years of being a stagnant developer. I do hope you have enjoyed. If you have, do not forget to leave a like. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. If you've got anything you want me to make, or anything you want to learn or want to know, leave a comment down below and I'll try and get to you as soon as I can. I've been Mr. Benji. Thank you very much for watching, and peace out.